It's been called a critical day in the search for the tourist submersible that disappeared over the weekend with 5 people on board. The breathable air on the vessel is estimated to may have already run out. More vessels joining the operation, including a French ship carrying a deep-sea diving robot. Crews looking for the origin of underwater noises earlier detected by the search teams. For more, we can speak to our foreign editor, Philip Turle. Hello to you, Philip. We've been talking a lot about these 96 hours of emergency life support. That's estimated to have either run out now, maybe a little bit earlier, a little bit later, depending on who you're listening to. Is there any hope that those people still on board might be alive?
Well, there is still hope, but the hope is rapidly running out. This is an imprecise estimate because it all depends on what has been happening on board. There is, of course, the possibility that they died already on Sunday when there was an accident or something happened to the submersible as it was going down to see the wreck of the Titanic, and it's already too late. But there, on the other hand, they could still be alive. There could still be some oxygen in there. It's estimated to be running out within the hour or so, within the last hour at any rate. So we're really in a very critical moment as to finding these 5 people on board this Titan submersible going down to see the Titanic. It's 4,000 meters below sea level. And it's very difficult to find this vessel for several reasons. And one of them being that there is no GPS on there, which is sending out a clear signal as to where it is. And even though there are robots going down to try to find where the submersible has gone, it's still like trying to find a needle in a haystack, basically, which is a term that many of the rescuers have been saying as to why they haven't managed to find this vessel since Sunday when it was first set off to see the wreck of the Titanic.
Many people had hope when it was announced that there had been noises detected, underwater noises detected. What could that banging? What are their possibilities for the origins of the banging?
That also gave hope. This is about 24 hours or so ago. That also gave hope that maybe they were still alive on board. They were banging on the inside of the submersible. The big problem here is that there are no tools on board inside the submersible, so what they would be using to bang on the hull with remains a mystery if it were them. On top of that, this could also be noises from other animals. It's a very noisy place, the bottom of the ocean. It could be other fish, it could be other animals, it could be man-made objects, it could even be a noise coming from the Titanic wreck itself, which is disintegrating. So there are many reasons to believe, yes, it could be them, but it may not be them, and no one is quite sure at the moment exactly where this noise is coming from. Just to give you an idea about it, it's like shouting into a huge tube with an echo inside. You can hear the noise, but you can't exactly tell where that noise is coming from, and that is all the problem involved in trying to locate exactly where this submersible has gone to. Now, and also other point is that one of the people on board, Paul-Henri Najolet, who is a French expert in the Titanic, and a former Marine officer, he would know how to give signals in the submersible that would be recognizable to rescuers in a particular pattern, and that obviously, from what has been being heard, wasn't the case. So that is also a contradicting hope that maybe these were signals coming from the submersible and not noises from elsewhere. So we don't know, and there's still no news about whether those noises have been continuing or not since yesterday. So it's all it's all not very good news as we're speaking right now, and one can only imagine what is going on board there if they are still alive, and what their hopes are. One explorer who went down on the vessel said it was like a kamikaze mission. There have been questions raised about the safety of the vessel itself, and questions raised about whether or not the parts there were strong enough to resist going down so far. So I think many questions are having to be answered as a result of this. Whether these people on board survive or not, this is certainly going to call into question this kind of tourism to go and see artifacts like the Titanic so far down at the bottom of the ocean.